wasn't planning on doing this late, but here I am. I just took my shower, so my hair is like really still wet, still trying to dry. But here I am with Summer of Gaming Day 3, my highlights. I'm Auckland. If you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button, like button, also share with your friends who don't mind. Also, please comment, ask me a question, or a comment in general. I'll do my best to answer them. Also, if you don't mind, hit the notification bell down below, and you will be notified when I go live or upload another video. If you want to become a fan of me, Auckland, then subscribe to the channel, and you will become a fan. I hope so. Alright. Now, there's, I think 4 different, sections of this video. I'm going to be talking about Gorilla Collective 3, also known as GC3. Let's see, what was the other one? It's Wholesome Direct, where they have wholesome games, hinting at the name of it. Family-friendly games. Future of Play Direct. NetEase Games is NetEase. Net. I don't know. Let's just go with that. And also Future Games Show. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 5 sessions of what I'm talking about. Alright, let's get started now. Alright, first game. I don't like ever using this word, but it's the name of this game. Ugly. Yeah, U-G-L-Y. Oogly Moogly. Let's just go with Oogly Moogly, even though that's not the title of the game, which I've already said it already. Alright, this game is coming out in 2023. So next year, it's a side-scroller. Normally, I don't like talking about PC strictly games only. There might be a few in here that's just coming out for PC only, but they looked interesting to me to the point where I wanted to talk about. This is one of them. As I said, it's a side-scroller. You play as this character, and you also play as yourself as a reflection. So your character is like right here, and then on the ceiling, you got your other self, and as you're walking along, so is he, and just like you're bouncing off of each other, going through portals or something like that. I didn't completely understand what was going on, but it looked very interesting. The graphics were like comic book, cartoony style graphics. The art style really reminded me of Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap remake that they made for PS4 and Switch. It's had the same exact art style. It looked really good. Like I said, it's PC only. I would love to have it on Switch. It would be perfect for Switch. Alright, next is Daymar. Like nightmare. So Daymar. 1994. Sandcastle. I'm guessing that's the entire title of the game. It's a third-person shooter, horror game. The graphics were gorgeous. Current gen, next gen, however you want to say it, looking game. It's going to be released on PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. I did not see a release date, but it looked really good. Next is Industria. It's out now. It's a first-person shooter. It looks pretty good, as in style of the graphics for current gen, next gen, however you want to say it, style graphics for updated games. So you're shooting robots, and these robots look like, you ever seen like a roll cage inside of a racing car, or something similar to that? Like the robots look like cages, but they also look like robots too. So it's a different style of robots that you're shooting and taking down in this shooter. It looks pretty interesting. It's coming out for Xbox Series X and S and PC and PS5. was pretty good. Really did. Alright, next is Contract Killer, which is out now for PC for now. But it's coming to Switch and Xbox this summer, 2022. If I remember correctly, I think this is an indie title. It looked like a beat-em-up style game, but the characters looked like actual paper and cardboard cutouts. And you could play as, I guess, either paper or cardboard, and you're going up and down the streets like a beat-em-up style game, and you're taking out other pieces of cardboard and paper characters. It just looked really, really good. It was very different and very interesting for sure, to the point where I was going to talk about it. I might be interested in getting it, possibly. I'm just itching my legs. That's what I'm doing. Alright, next they showed off Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge gameplay. The game looks incredible. Cannot wait to play this game. Of course, if you're interested in just digital, you're just perfectly fine. But if you want to get a physical copy, you can always go through limited run. And I think they also confirmed that retailers will also be having the game as well. But I'm sure there's going to be some differences between limited run and regular retail store. Game releases June 16th. Very, very soon. Alright, next is a game I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing. I'm not sure if this is going to be strictly for PC or if it's coming to consoles too. EA did not say, but the game looked incredible. It is an action-adventure game. Plays as this character. You can not necessarily roll, but you're like side-stepping, trying to dodge your bosses and the enemies that you're fighting. I was getting a little bit, not necessarily God of War vibes, but maybe something similar to the original God of Wars, but not like violent and gory God of War style. But it kind of made me kind of remember and think about that God of War, original God of War games. But it's called I don't know, Astertgos, Curse of the Stars. It's going to be releasing for something this fall, 2022. Man, I hope it comes to consoles, but it may just be PC only, sadly. So, we'll see. Alright, next is River Tales Stronger Together. Might be the full title of the game, or it might be just called River Tales. It was just a situation where the game was being advertised with Stronger Together. But that may not necessarily be the actual title of the game. It might be just River Tales. Awesome idea with what they're doing with this game. And the art style looked exactly like The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Not the HD version like the original Wind Waker version. Beautiful style graphics. It's action-adventure platformer. You play as a cat. You're jumping off of, you're jumping onto rocks and some lily pads and leaves. You're trying to avoid from touching the water when you're going across water. And you can also play co-op, and the person that you play as in co-op mode is a fish. So is not likely very controversial as when it comes to animals teaming up to each other. A cat and a fish teaming up together. It's like Milo and Otis. Check out that movie. It's so good. Cats and dogs can get together and be friends. Sometimes. I'm just kidding. But a cat and a fish. Very interesting. But I love the art style of the game. I was so glad to see that it's coming to consoles. It's coming to PlayStation, Switch, Xbox, and PC as well. Very excited about doing it. I'll probably do a separate video talking about that. If y'all interested in it, maybe y'all can look forward to that. Next is Time on Frog Island. I believe this was a indie style game. A bunch of these games were indies. It's set to come out July 12th, 2020. Of course, it's this year of July 12th. Xbox Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC. And it was an adventure game. I cannot remember how it looked, but it was interesting enough that I wrote it down. Next is Frog Gun, which Limited Run is doing a physical release. So if you're interested in a physical copy for this game, you can do that. The graphics were very pixelated, so you can really see the pixels on the characters and the locations that the character was playing in. I was getting like, not really Mario vibes, but it's more like a game I have in my collection. I think it's called the Puyo Explorer Edition. Look that game up if you're interested in seeing what that game looks like. But Frog Gun reminded me a lot about that game. You go around collecting items, so it's a collectathon. It's an adventure game. Frog Gun. Looks good. Alright, that was the end of that session of Gorilla Collective. Next was the Wholesome Direct games. Now, think about Lumberjack, but you're playing as a bear. So it's Lumbear Jack. It's out now for Switch and PC, and is coming to Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S on June 14th. Now, the art style and graphics were exactly like Untitled Goose Game. Go check out that game, Untitled Goose Game. You can get a physical copy at a normal retailer. Highly recommend playing that game. You play as a bad goose. He terrorizes people in the town. Oh, it's so good. But the art style of this game, Lumberbear Jack, was just like it. Really looking forward to checking this game out. Looks so good. Next game is Here Comes Nico. Apparently this game has been out because this is DLC coming to it, and the DLC is titled Gary's Garden. No, not Gary from SpongeBob. No. Gary's Garden must be a character that was in the game originally, but he's getting his own story mode as DLC, I guess, added to Here Comes Nico, however you say that word, is Niko. The game is out for Switch and PC, and it's an adventure title. I didn't see a release date for the DLC, but I guess it's coming. Next is Snufkin, Melody of Moomin. I don't know. I could not pronounce the word. It was in cursive handwriting. I can't read cursive all that good. So some kind of M-word valley. I was able to make out that much. But you play as his character, and this game is based off of I think it was a comic book series, might have even been a book series as well. So they took the same art style from those, and they turned it into a video game, which is so cool. And it's coming out for Switch and PC sometime this year. It's an adventure game, and it's also got musical elements in it as well. So, awesome. Very cool that it was able to do that. And they were trying to honor the author's art style of the series of books or comics or both, which I love it when people, gamers, or even people that are making a movie try to dedicate the the art style and the way that it looks to the original material, which is so cool. Alright, next is a Kickstarter game that's in the works. Hopefully it would happen. It looks very interesting. A Frog's Tale is going to be a RPG adventure. So it's going to be a lot like Final Fantasy, and maybe a little bit like Zelda as well. I love the art style. It looks pretty good, but right now it's just a Kickstarter. But hopefully it will go further than that and become an actual game. So hopefully so. Alright, that was the end of the Wholesome Direct. Like I said, these are my highlights. All these games are games that I am interested in and excited to play. Alright, next is Future of Play Direct. There was only one game there that I was interested in. All the rest of the games there were PC. Except for this one. I was messed up. I got so excited about a bunch of those games there. And then when I read the description on the screen, Steam, PC, no console. Very disappointed in that. Okay, but this game was really cool. If you are a fan of Harry Potter, then you will probably be wanting to play this game as you're waiting for Hogwarts Legacy to be released. Spells and Secrets coming soon. Don't have a release date, so maybe it will be released before Hogwarts Legacy. Hopefully, we'll see. It was like a Diablo style looking game, so like a dungeon crawler. So you're playing as this character. The game has got customization to it. You can dress up your character. You can cast spells. You can learn different types of other spells. You can battle against other wizards or witches. The art style was like very cartoony looking, so it's definitely an indie title. But it looked really, really good. I would be excited about playing it. It's also had some puzzle mechanics, like you use spells to get puzzles solved and stuff. Go check it out. Spells and Secrets game. You should be able to find a trailer or something up for it. But Switch and PC is coming too. Alright, that was the end of that one. Alright, is it Net? I don't know. Games. I cannot say that one. Alright. This one, there was only one game there as well that I was very interested in. But here's the thing. This game was PC only. Now, there's been situations, not all the time, that a PC game will be so hyped up and console people want it too. Console players would want it also. And then they would bring it to consoles as well. Maybe this would be one of those incidents. Then again, it may not. The game is called Once Human. Like I said, it's coming strictly to PC, at least for right now, or may always be that way. I didn't completely understand what was going on, but you play as a character. It was kind of like Fortnite a little bit, because you have to build a house. You got to get material to build the house and to protect it and make it strong and stuff. And while you're out there doing all that, you fight off these horrible, nightmarish creatures. Like creatures that look like they're from the world of Witcher. Horrible looking creatures, and you gotta fight them off, and they're pretty hard. And the creators of the game was like recommending you need to play this as a multiplayer game, not single player, unless you feel like you're confident enough to take these monsters on by yourself. Alright, that was the end of that one, and now we're getting to the end here. Let's see if we can go through these quickly, because I'm running out of space here. Future of Game Show. Alright, Doug Cockrell. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce that guy's name. But he was the host of this show, and he's the voice of Geralt, from the Witcher games. And as he was talking, I started, yep, that's him. That's him from the games. So he was the host. Alright, the games is first starting off with this one. Tray Racers. It's coming to PC and Switch in 2023. You're racing on dunes, like in the desert. It's very cartoony looking graphics. It looked like it would be really, really fun, like you're racing in the dunes. I couldn't tell if you were sitting on an object and that's what you were sliding on or what, but it looked like it would be a lot of fun. Next is Turbo Golf Racing. It was definitely straight up Rocket League, but you're in cars and you're playing golf. Releases August 4th, 2022. Alright, and it's coming to PC, Xbox Series X, and that was it. Alright, next is Lost in Play. It's a puzzle adventure game. It's coming to PC and Switch August of this year. I don't remember the graphics too much, but they were kind of cartoony looking. Next is Bramble. B-R-A-M-B-L-E. Bramble. The Mountain King. Coming soon to PC and consoles. It's going to be an adventure game. It kind of looks like comic style graphics. Next is Bright Memory Infinite. Coming soon to Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and Switch. And it's a shooter, and the graphics looked really, really good. Next is The Last Faith, coming out this year for PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and it's a Castlevania-like, old-school style graphics, my kind of game, and side-scroller, Metromania style, however you want to say it. Oh, it looks good. Next is Tiny Kin, coming out August 30th for PC and Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. Very Pikmin-like. It's even style with the graphics. Next is Planet of Lana and an Off-Earth Odyssey, coming out sometime this year. I don't remember seeing any too much gameplay for it. Just a little bit of gameplay. Love the art style though. You play as a human-like character with this creature that looked like a cat, but it wasn't a cat. And it's a side scroller, and you're teaming up with this creature to solve puzzles and to progress through the levels, which is pretty much solving puzzles. It's coming out to Xbox Series X and S and PC, and it looked really good. Love the art style. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you did. Please check out my other 2 days that I did. They're in my playlist under video game information and all that type of stuff. Alright, I'm going to take a break tomorrow, but Monday I'm going to combine 2 days. I'm going to do day 4 and day 5 Monday, because we're getting some more information tomorrow, which is Xbox and I think PC as well. And then Monday we're supposed to be getting some more. So look forward to that, hopefully. Alright, thank you so much. Alright, bye.